Welcome back to the GP3 Junior Championship for the sprint race here in France, where before the break we saw Jonathan Allen a little bit of a comfortable lead in this 21 lap race ahead of Adam Smith and Connor Smith. Connor Smith in the Sauber is under investigation by the stewards for causing a little incident down at the hairpin on the first lap. Jake Baskinger was on pole in the previous part, however jumped to 7th after being involved in the incident with Connor Smith. He lost the lead to Jonathan Neller at turn 1 and then just went out the points after the contact. We've had 3 retirements so far. April Mendes, unseen by the cameras and unseen by Josh Anderson, was a bit of a technical problem where, according to his commentary screen, the name where it says Mendes out with brakes did not turn up on his screen, whereas on the television screen it did. So we've had 3 retirements. April Mendes with brake problems. Trying to think of the other ones now. Oh yeah, Betel Sahin retired thanks to I believe it was an engine failure or an oil leak. And then Waze Cuba retired, but thanks to I do not know what, but he retired as well. He was having a terrible race anyway on lap number, I think it was lap number I don't know what lap it was. He made a mistake, locked up the brakes, and then touched the white line and spun, which dropped into last. And he was having a bad race anyway. And Ted Nowakowski nearly retired. It was unseen by the cameras, but Nowakowski had a bit of an engine problem, and it looked like he would pull over and retire from the race. But he just managed to get it into the pits and get it repaired. So he's currently at the back of the pack, trying to catch up to the rest of the pack. So what will happen next? So what will happen in part 2 even? Well, to find out, we're going to go back to shift 2 or 3 for the rest of the sprint race.
This car decided not to clear off the track because he's in the gravel, so there's Nella now in first place, still not giving an inch. Yeah, I will admit, it's getting a bit boring to commentate because it's just Nella leading and only 2 people have retired, but you know, I'm not going to stop commentating just because of that. I'm going to keep commentating just to entertain you guys, as here's Nella still giving it the full beans down that bit of track there. You can hear the engine just screaming its heart out. Every single RPM counts. As though we got technical issues on the camera again. Sorry about this. We'll have to sort. We haven't got a very good connection to France from here. But you know, improvements can be made. And there's Adam Smith again. And he's just, you know, I don't think he's getting any closer or any faster, as we've briefly paused there for a second just to show you Adam Smith's car and how well he's doing. Take a bit of a freeze frame. And there we go, he's doing pretty well. And yeah, if he can get second, that would help him. And we're looking at the nose camera now of Jonathan Nella on the tip of the nose of the car. We're using it, seeing that camera on board with him. And as he's get this brilliant view of the track from that point of the car, just like almost like you're on the nose of the car with 5 laps to go on this 21 lap Grand Prix. I think it's safe to say that Nella's got it in the bag, but of course he might not have it in the bag yet. I'm predicting him to win the race, but I'm not sure what's happening. I'm commentating live, to be honest. And there's Connor Smith, who has had his 3rd place saved for now because the stewards aren't doing anything about that incident with Baskinger until after the race. Of course, they can even take points off him in the standings if they feel that necessary. They can revoke any points that he won in there, so he'll still got his 3rd place, but he won't have got any points from it. And they can obviously award different amounts of points to different people if they have to, and they can do a lot of things to stewards. There's Adam Smith there in 2nd place. And then he passes Waze Cuba again, who's unfortunately had to retire, obviously. But, you know, 2nd place is looking quite good for him. It's looking... that would give Tyrrell a big boost, and him a big boost, and confidence to shine in the next race. And here he comes off the start finish line again. There's Nella, who's doing well as always. Hasn't faltered at all. He's got the win in the first race. He's probably going to win this second one. That means it's going to be a double victory for him and Ferrari, which is going to give him full motivation to continue this form in the season. And of course, the top two people in this championship get a seat in the GP3 championship for next season. So there's a lot to play for. There's Callum Metcalf in 15th in the Jordan. But yeah, top two in the standings get seats in the GP3 championship with the big boys like James Willows and Pierce Dunn and that. So there's a lot to play for by winning this championship. It's kind of here to source new talent and get the young drivers and potential drivers into the series and get them experience of Grand Prix racing. And of course, they are using last year's GP3 championship cars but equalised. So each and every driver has pretty much the same spec car but different talents, of course. So really, anything can happen. Who knows? And of course, that makes it even more interesting, the fact that all the cars are equal and it's the 1998 car, so they're getting experience of what it used to be like. It's pretty modern, like as modern as you can get, with the new cars, of course, in the GP3 Championship are completely different from these old ones, but they've been heavily modified to allow for the specs and regulations. And Nella's showing his talent in there, so, you know, maybe this guy could be the next big thing in the GP3 Championship if he gets a good seat. Of course, he might have started one of the lower teams, I don't know, but if he gets straight in there with a contract in the big teams, then who knows? And there's Adam Smith in the Tyrrell again. The review camera of him this time. Quite a good camera in my opinion, I quite like it. You know, it shows you all the actions from in front and behind. And he's doing canny well, I'll give him that. I will give him that, he is doing well. And he's just flying, isn't he? You're not getting any closer to Nella, but he is giving it a good go forward. Obviously, credit to him for that. Can't blame him for trying. And there's Connor Smith, who's probably going to finish third unless anything happens with 3 laps to go in this GP. He is doing everything he can to try and stay in third and maybe challenge for second if he gets the opportunity. And he's not giving up, is he? Is he going to get any closer in this lap? No, I think he gets slightly further away actually, but I'm not sure. But there he is again, just rounding that corner. And here's Nella, who's giving it at all. He's giving it his all. He wants to win it, and with not long left in the GP, I think he knows he's probably going to. And this is probably the point in the race where you start thinking, I've won this, I think, and start to slow down a bit. But Nella isn't doing it at all. He's consistently going 110%. He's got to watch he doesn't cause the car to overheat with just 2 laps to go. Wouldn't want to retire. Yeah. But he really is giving it the full beans, isn't he? And there's Adam Smith there in second. Right behind him. Getting further away again. But not by much. And there's Novakovsky in 19th, who I think has had a bit of an excursion. Yes, he has! Novakovsky's had a wheel off! What actually happened there? He's lost a wheel, and that looked a heavy blow. And that's the second time he's crashed in 2 races. And although he just went straight off the steering column, must have had a problem. He just went straight on. And that looked very hefty. I hope he isn't injured after that. I mean, he had a bit of a do before. But here's Nella here, who goes past the accident sign. There's Smith going past it now. There's yellows on the track. Obviously, tell him to slow down as the start of the last lap of the Grand Prix. But I hope Nowakovsky isn't injured after that. Of course, I don't think they have any reserve drivers in the Junior Championship. So, you know, if they lose a driver, that's pretty bad. Maybe they'll get one of the GP3 drivers to stand in for him for a race, but I don't know. And there's Connor Smith again in P3. He hasn't really given up, has he? He's just gone for it all race. That's determination, if anything. I mean, probably part of his fantastic result was that rather over-ambitious move at the start to get him into P3, and there he's just held it. Boyman's in 5th. I think he's finished where he started. locks up a bit there, but that's acceptable. Getting a good finish there. Quite decent, if you ask me. As he just crosses our camera there. As we look at Jonathan Nella, who's coming round the last few corners now. And he's going to do it. He's going to do what he wanted to do. Makes it 2 wins and a 2 in front as Jonathan Nella takes the checkered flag. And Ferrari could not be happier. And Adam Smith is going to be second place in the Tyrrell with Connor Smith behind him in third. And Troy Lewis fourth, double points finish with Tyrrell good there. Jack Byman's P5 and taking the final points place as Joshua Longhurst in sixth. Jake Baskins had just missed out in seventh. Alex Zaffro in eighth. And of course this could all be subject to change due to Connor Smith's possible penalty, but Jonathan Nella wins here. 2 out of 2 in France for him and Ferrari. Thanks so much for watching, and for now, from me, it's goodbye.